Welcome to part 2 of forging the buffalo knife. Now, if you didn't see the first video, I forged the blade and I got it completely polished. There's a link down below if you want to see it. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on the handle. For this handle, I'm going to be using a piece of desert ironwood as well as some brass to create bolsters. I'm going to start off by using the brass. I'm going to shape it down and get it attached to the blade, and then I'm gonna move on to actually attaching the ironwood scales. I'm also gonna be using some G10 spacers around the ironwood to create a little bit of contrast as well as add some thickness to the scales that I have. Let's get started. All right, so the bolsters are completely shaped and just about ready to be attached. You can see I've actually polished this front edge here. I always polish my handle material before I attach it. Let's see if this focuses for you, because it's really hard to get in here and do any hand sanding without ruining the finish on the blade. All right, so this handle is coming along pretty nicely. I went through a little bit of a different glue up process than my average full tang knife. This having bolsters, I like to attach them first and then move on to the scales. But altogether, this is lined up really well. There's a lot of little components that go into this handle with all the pins and the liners. Actually, I'll get this wood wet so you guys can see what this is gonna look like once it's finished. Just a quick preview of the wet grain. I think this piece looks real nice. We've got some darker grain coming off right near that brass. I think that adds some nice contrast. I've got the handle completely rough shaped right now at 80 grit on the slack belt. I'm gonna go ahead and move up in grit, get somewhere close to 400, 600, and then I'm gonna go ahead and oil it. And then I'll move back to 400 and I'll move up to 1,000. Well, there we have it. We've got a finished buffalo knife. This is a very fun knife to make. I love the polish on this blade. It's kind of a mix between a satin and a mirror, so it's a little bit dulled down, and I think that that hand rubbing really helped with that. The fit and finish on this handle came out great. The G10 really added some nice contrast and helped add some thickness to those scales, which is nice. And I love the look of these brass bolsters. It really just helps make this handle pop. Let me know what you guys think of this build. I had a great time making it, and I'd love to hear your comments. If there's anything you would do differently, any tips or tricks you have for me, please leave them down below. If you learned anything from me, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Stay tuned because I plan to do a sheath video for this. I have a sheath video out, actually a couple of them, but this blade's a little bit bigger and I'm gonna take a different approach with this one. Let me know what you guys think about these two-part videos. It's a little bit easier for me to stay consistent. I'm gonna be able to post part 1 while I'm working on part 2 and so on and so forth, so you can kinda keep up to date with what I'm actually doing. And that way, if you have tips for me along the way, I can definitely pick them up and use them throughout the other parts of the video. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I had a great time making this buffalo knife. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.